Yo, what is up, everybody? Popo here, bring guys a new video. And today I just want to talk about the team that I used at a cup this past weekend. I ended up doing pretty well, and the team actually worked really well. I ended up going 2-2. I actually faced Stefan Mont, the Monterrey regional champion, against his regional championship winning team with an alteration. The Sylveon went to a Dondozo, as we know, and then that eventually is now Clodsire, I guess. And so I was able to face that team, and I almost beat Stefan Mont. I took game 2 off of him, and then it came down to game 3, where a double protect and a miss on Heat Wave sealed the deal for me. And it is what it is. But I really enjoyed this team, and I just kind of wanted to show it off. I'm also going to show a game that was on stream because the event was streamed, and I'm just going to show you guys that, and just yeah, you'll see. But let's just go over the team real quick. First, we have Indeedee. Indeedee is my favorite Pokemon, probably from Generation 8. It's the top 3 favorite Pokemon of all time. I love using this Pokemon. Grass Terra, so that way we can get rid of Spores. Psychic Seed, Psychic Surge. Of course, Trick Room, Follow Me, Psychic, and Helping Hand. We have Psychic because we want to be able to one-shot Sneaslers, even if they have the Psychic Seed boost, so that way we can get a little bit of value out of there. 252 HP, 220 bold, and 36 special defense. This is Indeedee. I've been using this build for like a million years. 27 speed IVs. This allows us to underspeed Rillabooms to always get our terrain up. Also allows us to underspeed other Indeedees that might be 28 IVs when we're under Trick Room. So we want to be able to outspeed them in those situations. So yep, Torkoal. I love using Torkoal. Torkoal's been a Pokemon I've enjoyed using forever. Trick Room is probably my favorite strategy. I really like slow, bulky teams, and what's slower and bulkier than Torkoal? 252 HP, 252 special attack, of course Quiet, and 4 defense. Charcoal, Drought, Eruption, Earth Power, Heat Wave, Protect. Nothing too special about this, just like standard Torkoal stuff. Really like it. So next is Annihilate, and this was a slot that was kind of in question over the duration of me building this team. At first, I was thinking that maybe I should just have Jump Bluff, Torkoal Jump Bluff, because I want a fast mode, I want a slow mode. So I was like, okay, but I don't really want to use Jump Bluff. Like, I like Jump Bluff as a Pokemon, and this team is all Pokemon I really like. So it does fit that criteria, but it just didn't really fit what I was trying to do with the team. Also, I need a fighting Pokemon, so then I was like, Hisui and Lilligant would be perfect. We got Sleep Powder. It's like the best of both worlds. But I've just used it so much, and Hisui and Lilligant isn't really that high on my favorite list. I do like it, but it's not really that high. But a Pokemon I love, and my favorite Pokemon from Generation 9 is Annihilate. So I'm like, I have to use Annihilate. If this is going to be my last event, which is why I did build a team like this, it's because it's probably my last event for this game, for Scarlet and Violet, sorry, before Pokemon Champions comes out, my last in-person event, I should say. So I really wanted to use some of these Pokemon. Annihilate fit this perfectly. We want Water Tear, which is a little bit different, but gives us more flexibility into those rain teams. Assault Vest, Defiance, and we got Final Gambit, Close Combat, Rage Fist, and U-Turn. So Assault Vest was safety goggles at first, and I was running Taunt over U-Turn, but I felt like I wanted to run U-Turn really badly, and I'm really glad I did, because it was probably the #1 move on the whole team. It really was a crucial part of the team, and I'm really happy that I did make that switch, because Taunt wouldn't have done anything close for me that U-Turn was able to do. And because I went to U-Turn, I was like, well, I don't really need to have safety goggles then, so let's just change it into Assault Vest, because we have 4 attacks. I don't want to run Protect. Like, I want all these moves. So 172 HP, that puts us 207. I think that's all you need for Annihilate. I don't think you need to go max HP. I think 207 is perfect. But a lot of people will run max, but I really don't think you need it. 74 attack, 4, 4, and 252, of course, with Jolly, so we can just be as fast as possible to get final gambits off. If you're playing on ladder, people just straight up think, looking at this team, they straight up think that you're gonna have final gambit, and you just, choice scarf, but you just don't. So, like, people will play like you do, though. So yeah, Annihilate ended up making on team and was probably the MVP, second MVP maybe, because Dondozo was the first MVP. I know people are like, oh, you like a toxic Pokemon like Dondozo? Well, if you watch any of my videos or streams, I don't use Dondozo, and there's a reason for that. I'm really bad with Dondozo, but Dondozo is one of my favorite Pokemon from this game. I really like its design, and I like it as a Pokemon, and its shiny is one of the best shinies in the whole entire game. The white and gold is just really, really cool. So this is a Pokemon I really do like, and I'm just not good with it. But I wanted to go, okay, so I'm not good with regular Dondozo. Let's try this, like, super bulky defensive body press Dondozo, and that's what I went for, and it was definitely the right call. It fits my playstyle a lot more, and it helps counter things like Incineroar cycling, right? Where they can just keep cycling Incineroars over and over and over again. With this, you're actually able to just put an end to that by just having body press, which is really, really nice. Plus, they don't have the damage into you like they would if you were a regular Dondozo. So we went Grass Terra, of course. We don't want to be spored. Leftovers, Unaware. Unaware, so good. Body Press, Yawn, Order Up, and Protect. So pretty standard stuff. I had Wave Crash over Yawn, but then I was like, I need some more utility. And then Yawn allows it to work actually under Trick Room. It still has a pretty big defense stat because we got 196 into defense, and we got a lot of bulk into special defense. And we have some speed investments, and we're going Impish. So that's just kind of what we're doing. And yeah, it just worked out. Yawn didn't really play a role into the tournament itself, but just having it did give some pressure for those Yawns, which was really, really nice. But when you do have Dondozo set up, Yawn is just like a little bit of a pressure thing. We have to have Tatsugiri. I don't really particularly like Tatsugiri, and actually Droopy is probably my least favorite, though its shiny is really cool because it's white. So you have the white Dondozo with the white Tatsugiri, like it really goes together. I have them both in the same Premier Balls, and they both have Sociable, so it was like I just had like the connecting to Dondozo, Tatsugiri. So that was really cool for me. Steel Terra, just basic. Focus Sash, Commander, of course, 252, 252, Timid, Muddy Water Draco, Icy Wind, and Protect. I don't really need Icy Wind on this team. It does help because we can Icy Wind and then maybe be faster than the thing next turn, especially with that Focus Sash. But overall, there's no better move really than Icy Wind. I wasn't really sure what else to run, so we just threw that on there. And then the last Pokemon was Hisuian Typhlosion. I wanted something that was fast, that could pair up into the Dondozo mode, so that way at the end game I had something that could outspeed everything and do spread attacks to take out the last bit of HPs after Dondozo had done so much damage. So just looking through, I'm like, well, why don't I just use Hisuian Typhlosion, because I already have Torkoal, right? I have Indeedee where I can stop any of the priority attacks like Sucker Punch and stuff like that. So it does pair really well with those. It actually goes pretty well with Annihilate because you get a boost because they want to go Incineroar a lot of the time. So now you just get a boost. They can't really Terra because if they Terra, they're going to take an Eruption. And if they don't Terra, they're going to take Close Combat. So it pairs really, really well with kind of the whole team. But then it made me think, well, maybe I need Jumpluff again. But then there's no room for Jumpluff now. And so I wasn't really sure if it was going to be the right fit. But in my opinion, it ended up being the right fit. And I'm really glad that I did go with Hisuian Typhlosion. And I do not regret it at all. This Pokemon was very, very good. And it just ended games by itself. So after you did Dondozo stuff, ended the games, you can lead with it and then go into your Trick Room mode right after. So you're just putting a bunch of damage for Torkoal to finish off. It was really, really nice. I really, really did enjoy this Pokemon. But yeah, if you want to try out this team yourself, The Pokepaste and the rental code will be in the link below, but I wanted to show one game from the tournament because I was in one streamed game. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, so the team that we're facing here is going to be Garchomp, but this Garchomp is actually Sandvale, so this is really good for my Dondozo because I don't take that recoil damage from body pressing this thing, which is really nice. Recoil damage, but you know, I mean, the rough skin. Tyranitar doesn't do anything against Dondozo. Kilowattrel's very good against my Dondozo because this Kilowattrel actually has Discharge and it has Air Slash, so it can do a lot of damage into my Dondozo. Luckily, it's only Focus Sash, so that way we're not taking, Choice Specs damage, which is good for us. Incin does nothing against Dondozo. I mean, he can do some damage with Choice Specs Goldango, but Choice Specs Goldango just loses to Typhlosion, so I'm not worried about that. In Annihilate also loses to Typhlosion plus my Annihilate. This is a bulky, bulk-up version of Annihilate, so not too worried about that because we have Unaware, so as long as we can get some damage on it, we can knock it out. So, looking at this, I'm like, Dondozo eats, right? All we have to do is get past Kilowattrel, and then Dondozo eats. There's nothing they can do to win if they just don't have Kilowattrel. So that's my mindset going into the match here. We'll do some fast forwarding, of course. And I lead those. This is going to be a little bit laggy because this was a Switch 1, so that's why you'll see that. I wasn't the one who was behind the camera. That was this guy. And we had Leaf there. Leaf, my friend. He was the one hosting the tournament. And this is, his tournament here. Let me actually move myself over here so that way I don't block any HPs or anything like that. So looking at this, right, I got to click back into it. I apologize. Looking at this here, my thought process going into turn 1 is that they can just go Discharge, Earthquake, get rid of Annihilate, and kind of put me in a bad position. Or they can just go for Air Slash into, like, Earthquake and just do some damage that way. So my thought process here is let's just try to U-turn to break Focus Sash and see how much we're going to be able to do with the Order Up. I don't know if it's enough to kill the Kilowattrel, but if we do knock it out here, we are cruising, right? We're cruising. So you see my Terra. I see that they don't go for Terra. They had, I believe it was Electric Terra, and they had Ground Terra, as you saw. I can't remember what the Kilowattrel was. I think it was Ground Terra. Electric Terra, but I could be wrong. So yeah, we get that off. Garchomp protects, and here I'm like, okay, this is perfect. This means he's going for Tailwind. I don't care if they have Tailwind. They're faster than me anyways, so I'm not too worried about them having that. And yeah, there's the Tailwind, so I'm like, good. Will this knock out? Because if this just straight up knocks out on turn 1, I'm going to be 3 defense, and now I'm just going to be able to just press body press onto Garchomp because they can't do anything. They can't switch it out. Like nothing can happen here. This is really clean for me. So, yeah, we're going to eat that Tatsugiri. We're going to get the boost, which take about 400 years, and we do get the Order Up, which puts Kilowattrel down to 12. So that's good to know for future matches, that it puts it to 12 HP, right? It gives me a point of reference. I can, that's not a high roll, low roll situation, so I can more prepare for this setup, right? So, and I could Final Gambit, right? I could Final Gambit, Order Up, and just get a knockout on Kilowattrel. The reason why that's a bad play is because if they have Tyranitar and they keep their Flying Terra, it's going to be harder for me to deal with that than it would be to sacrifice my Annihilate. So I kind of need to keep it back. Also, it's good against stuff like the Goldango, so just want to be careful. So here I'm just protecting because if I knock out Kilowattrel now, they'll have extra turns of Tailwind, right? With this, I can attack, or I can protect, attack, protect, and then that's their last turn of Tailwind on the next turn. And then, we can start being faster than, the Annihilate. We'll be faster than Annihilate, Goldango, and Tyranitar. Under Tailwind, we're not faster than any of those. and will always be slower than the Garchomp, so I'm not too worried about that anyways. And I know it's not going to do a ton of damage. So goes for Air Slash. We're going to get the Protect. Sorry, I put up the volume, I guess. And next turn, I just assume that they're going to go for the same thing, which they do. And we get the Air Slash off into Dondozo, and... And now, what a lot of people will say, right, is, well, Dondozo seems to get crit more because it's out there for so long and it's taking, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks every time it's out there. Well, this was the first attack. So that's not a valid reasoning. All right, this is the first attack. And there's a chance we can live with Dragon Claw. We're +3. So there is a chance, but we're not. We can't. We went down to 20 HP, and so we know at 3 that Dragon Claw will do about 20 HP. Unfortunate. And we saw, like, I passed it, but Garchomp actually hovered over going Terra Ground into Stomping Tantrum, which I think 100% that we live. And actually, I know that we live because it did 12 damage, because he does it in game 2. It does 12 damage to us. So we would have survived that. So yeah, now they still have all their, like, 2 turns of Tailwind, and we kind of got to waste that up, and we have Tatsugiri plus Annihilate, so it's not looking too good. Here they decide to actually, these are plays I just don't really understand here. They go for Air Slash instead of Discharge, but I think Discharge plus Terra, Ground, Earthquake, because it's Life Orb Garchomp, is just better. It's just better. I don't think there's really a reason to go for this play. It actually gives me a chance to get back into it, because if they miss the Annihilate there, I can just get back into this game and win. Because I'm going for Icy Wind, because it hits both of them, and I want to get that speed boost. So it actually gave me a chance. So if they would have missed that, it was over. But if they just went for Discharge, I lost. There was nothing I could do. So, because if we had knocked out both, I would have been left with one Pokemon. Like, it's just, there's no coming back from it. We put Garchomp out a little bit, but they have Incineroar and they have Goldango. And this is why I mean I could have won, because they can't fake out my Annihilate. And so I can then go for Close Combat and win that way, or give me a chance to win that way. I can go Close Combat, knock out the Incineroar, and then they have Goldango, Garchomp that are both almost dead, and I still have one Pokemon in the back. So, like, and that's Typhlosion, which would knock out both Goldango and the Garchomp, especially combined with Tatsugiri here, and just win us the game. So, like, that was a really risky play. Discharge was definitely the play, but here there's nothing I could do. Like, my only win right now is if I hit this. I went for Draco Meteor. If I hit Draco Meteor and this knocks out Incineroar, I probably should have went for Muddy Water, but I was worried Muddy Water wouldn't have done enough damage, and I know this wasn't Assault Vest Incineroar, so I was just hoping that Tatsugiri had me like that, but because we are timid, it is not going to be enough. If we were Modest, that would have one-shot. But unfortunately we weren't, and yeah, it just survives on 16 HP, so a little bit unfortunate. So we still almost won game 1 because of that misplay by them, despite that, and we were hoping for Muddy Water misses and stuff. So we can kind of fast forward here. So my thought process going into game 2, I want the same stuff, right? Like, it was perfect. Like, I just got crit. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't win the game any other way. Like, I guess I could have went for Muddy Water, but like, Dondozo going down like that on first turn without ever getting to, like, attack except for the one time, just I couldn't have done anything. So I'm thinking that they're gonna go with Garchomp, Kilowattrel, Incineroar, and Annihilate. But I don't think they want to bring Goldango, because they see that now I'm bringing Typhlosion. They don't want Goldango. So I think they're going to bypass that, and those are the 4 that they're going to bring. I think Annihilate is just better than the Goldango in this matchup, though it also can't hit Dondozo. So you're kind of giving up your ability to hit Dondozo again, for some more of the same stuff. So yeah, and they end up bringing Tyranitar instead of Incineroar, which I don't agree with. I definitely don't agree with it. I don't know if they thought maybe I was going to go for the Indeedee mode, but there's no reason for me to switch what I'm doing. The only reason why it's taking me long here is because I'm just thinking about what the moves are if Dondozo goes down again. But here, yeah, I just go with the same thing. They go with the same thing. I'm thinking that they're going to change it up, right? They're going to go for Earthquake, and they're going to go for Tailwind. Or they're going to go for Discharge and Earthquake. So I just want to, once again, just Grass Terra. I thought about not Grass Terraing and just foregoing it for a turn to try to get them into Discharge on the next turn. But I was like, it's a little bit too risky, because if they do just go for it this turn, Dondozo will get knocked out, because he's faster than both of my Pokemon, right? So I don't want to take that chance, so I'm just going to do this to Dondozo, and it's just the same play. Though I did go for the order up into the Garchomp, which might have been a mistake, and but I thought that they wouldn't protect the Garchomp this time, because they see I want to knock out the Kilowattrel, but they actually do the protect. I thought about here not bringing in the Tatsugiri to try to force some weird play if they went into Typhlosion. So I was just thinking about that for a moment, but I do decide to go out with the Tatsugiri because it didn't matter, right? Because I ordered up into the other slot. So it's not like I'm going to get any boost or anything like that. So, but I do end up just going for it. And we're going to get the boost here. And we're going to feel okay. We're going to feel okay. Not great, but okay. And yeah, like I said, we're going to order up into the Protect. So here I am. I'm like, well, they're just going to go for the same plays they were going for last time. Why wouldn't they? Air Slash, Dragon Claw. It's fine if we don't get crits. We take about 25% maybe. And that's exactly, we take about 25%. Plus Dragon Claw. So it's a little bit more than 25%, maybe closer to 40%. But we're still doing fine, right? Because if we could just get this order up, we're going to take less from Dragon Claw every time. We can protect in between turns. Like, we're doing perfectly fine. Dondozo flinch. So, just to keep count, Kilowattrel, its attacks have so far... it's only attacked 2 times, right? It's only attacked 2 times so far. The other one was onto Annihilate, where Annihilate got knocked out before we can find out anything. But so it crit Dondozo, and then it flinch Dondozo. So 2 attacks, crit, flinch. Okay, we're just going to keep that in mind. So Dondozo's going to heal up. Now I can go for a Protect turn and just waste away, gain some HP back just to keep myself healthy. So here, my play, the exact same play. I want to throw Tatsugiri into this Kilowattrel. They go for the Ground Terra, which I don't really understand. And they go for the Stomping Tantrum. This is what I was talking about earlier. But you can see we're living that. We're doing okay. We see the Stomping Tantrum come out. And yeah, we take... It was literally like 12 damage. So 3 attacks by Kilowattrel. We flinch on 2 of them, and we get crit on the other one. All right, so I can Protect here just to heal up again and get rid of the Tailwind, I guess. And if they want to go for the knockout on Dondozo, or no, this is when the Tailwind ended, actually. So if they want to get rid of Dondozo, then they can't get up their Tailwind again. So I can then go out with my my Typhlosion, and I can go for Eruption, right? And put a lot of pressure on, and Muddy Water. So that is my play now, is just to attack with Dondozo into the Kilowattrel. It's either guaranteed damage, or we're going to get knocked out, and we're going to be in a pretty good position. So either way, it's pretty good. It's damage, or it's a knockout. So we see the Tailwind come out, and I'm like, okay, perfect. That's fine. We can waste away another Tailwind. That is perfectly okay. And we hit it, goes down to 18 HP, so within the roll range. And we're just gonna heal up, and we're gonna be at almost half after this next turn, where we're just gonna go for protect and take those. So okay, let me go back here. So they're just going for the same plays, right? It's just everybody's repeating plays. That's what's happening right now. So Kilowattrel goes for Air Slash and actually misses. And out loud, right? I have my opponent sitting across from me. Next to him is Leaf, watching this match, like dying because of all the bad luck I'm having. By dying, I mean like laughing. And I go, finally. I literally say this out loud. I say, finally, something good for me, right? That's why I literally say, I say, finally, something good for me. And as I'm saying that, Dragon Claw comes out, and I'm like, the Dragon Claw crits this time. That was GG. That was literally GG. I just knock out Kilowattrel, and then he can't damage Dondozo. I go for Protect next turn. Then I go for Order Up, and then I'm just +4 defense, and they literally can't knock me out unless they crit. But instead, we're in the exact same position that we were last game. Except they have a better back into the Typhlosion, which, once again, wouldn't have mattered if I could have, even if I went down next turn. If I went down next turn where the Tailwind would end, like, I would still be fine. I would still be perfectly fine because I would still have Annihilate. But I have to sacrifice Annihilate because I absolutely need Typhlosion to be able to win the game. So I have to sacrifice Annihilate. And they go for the same play, which once again could have ended very badly for them. And I could have won off of a miss again. Tatsugiri also getting crit the turn after, so you know, just I didn't get one crit, by the way, in this whole game, and they got 2 and 2 flinches. They got 3 crits, sorry, and 2 flinches. So yeah, we're just gonna do some damage, and then Annihilate's gonna come out, and of course we have Typhlosion. So I mean, my only play is to just hope for accuracy drop. Of course, it goes down to exactly 50% HP. It's Citrus Berry, so it's gonna get a Citrus Berry. There's really nothing I could do, and then yeah, that's game. That one, Dondozo did take attacks, but the problem is it only attacked once. It only got off one attack the whole match because of he went for Tailwind again. And of course, if first turn I would have targeted the Kilowattrel, yeah, I would have knocked out the Kilowattrel, but I got flinched twice. The whole turns of Tailwind were me getting flinched. What am I supposed to do? They would have still had Tailwind up with the flinch, so it doesn't really matter that much. Like, they still ended up getting it up. Even if I knocked out Kilowattrel there, I would have had to waste 4 more turns of... He finally missed my only RNG moment of this whole match. He finally missed. And I got crit by Garchomp. So that was, by the way, doing 12 damage with Stomping Tantrum and like 20 damage with Dragon Claw. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, boys. I really don't know what I was supposed to do. So anyways, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you guys do so. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.